The Sacramento-San Joaquin Delta. This massive wetland covers 5 counties and separates Sacramento from San Francisco. During California's gold rush era, boats were the only way to travel through the Delta. But today, cars can drive all over the Delta thanks to roads, bridges, and 2 very unique ferry boats.
This place is like 30 miles from Sacramento, and a lot of people in Sacramento have no clue that this is even out here.
This place that William Just is talking about is Ryer Island, and if he or his neighbors want to get off the island, the fastest way is to catch a ride on the Jmac or the Real McCoy 2, otherwise known as the Delta Ferry System.
If I had to go to Rio Vista and both boats were closed, Rio Vista is about 8 miles that way, it's about 50 miles to get around.
The Delta Ferry System is not just for residents of Ryer Island. The Real McCoy 2 and the Jmac ferries are a part of State Route 84 and State Route 220, and they're the only state-owned ferry system in California.
It's a floating piece of highway. I mean, that's pretty much an easy way of saying it.
Phil Pizzaglia is a bridge operator for Caltrans, but he's also a history buff on the Delta.
This is the Jmac Ferry. There's been a ferry here since the 1800s.
The Jmac is probably the most unique ferry in California because it's a cable-drawn ferry.
Right now we're taking off from the Ryer Island side and we're going over to the Grand Island side. Right back here you see a red cable coming out of the water and you'll see the boat basically being pulled across.
The Jmac ferry ride takes just minutes to cross Steamboat Slough, which is an active shipping channel. And the best part is,
doesn't cost you a darn thing. And that's what people always ask. They assume that it's going to cost money to go across a ferry. So they're quite shocked when they find out that it's a free ride.
free from the tether of a cable is the Real McCoy 2. This 88-foot-long ferry is an extension of Highway 84, taking passengers from Ryer Island to Rio Vista.
You pretty much take all your boating knowledge and throw it out the window when you come to this boat. It's totally different than any conventional boat.
Captain Bruce Kitchens has been ferrying passengers across Cache Slough since 2004, and that unconventionality of the Real McCoy 2 that he's talking about is the complex propeller system called the Thrustmaster.
Diesel engine runs the hydraulic pump, which runs everything else on the boat.
Captain Bruce says the Thrustmaster allows the boat to rotate in 360 degrees very quickly, and that's because the propeller is not at the back of the boat, but in the middle. Just like the Jmac cable ferry, the Real McCoy 2 is also free. It does, however, require a lot more maintenance. The state actually put a schedule on the Real McCoy 2 to limit its operation and prevent breakdowns.
Why the heck don't you just put a bridge here?
Yeah, I don't know, it's job security for me, but...
Well, according to Phil, the reason is a little more complicated than just job security. You see, it all comes down to traffic numbers.
It wouldn't be financially relevant to build a bridge out here when you have a ferry, because you think about the amount of traffic that goes, it's not a large amount, but it's still, you have to get out here.
On the Delta Ferry System, I'm John Bartell. Hope to see you on the Backroads.